Greetings. This is SkySaunders saying, what's current? Diddy, you're trying. And then you tried, and then you said, I'm essentially giving up. I mean, it's free Diddy. It's free Diddy all day. So this latest case is just 3 hours old. This latest update says that the judge, Aaron Subramanian, if I pronounce his name correctly, he has said that it is not a possibility that the harrowing Cassie footage was leaked purposely. One time during the case, it was said that the prosecutors had access to the video before everyone else, and then they leaked it. Allegedly, I might have that wrong, but something like that. But I see you, Cream TV. Salute to you, sir. I see you. I see you. I'm not your brother, but I see you, sir. I see you. Hit that donate button. Hold on. Let me put that. I swear, it's like a second thing that I even think about. Let me put in something I usually don't put in. PayPal.me/Skylar Saunders. Wow, he's saying a lot. What's good? Ha ha ha. My G, yes. Salute to you. Salute. Make sure you hit that PayPal. Hit that PayPal. Or that Cash App. My Cash App is $SkylerSaunders1. So I appreciate that, Cream TV. I appreciate you, sir. You do the ha 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 ha. I like that. I like the ha 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 ha. Because it's more context than the emoji. I don't know. For some reason, even the ha 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 is kind of like throwing me off, but it's a little bit more context. This is in text form. From Copenhagen. God damn. Copenhagen, Denmark. He's a Dane. He's a Dane. And he's gonna give me some Danish kroner, I'm sure. the PayPal will be what's it called? Transferred. It'll be configured. What's the word? Money. What's it called? I can't think. Exchanged. It'll be exchanged. The money will be exchanged. The currency. All right. So, thank you. Salute you. He says, I got you. Say, don't say I got you. Just do it. Just send me the money. Don't say, yo, I got you when I get paid. Got you on Friday. I got you next Tuesday, son. I'm serious. I got your PayPal, your Cash App, and your Venmo. I got all that. I got you, yo. Yo, it's real, son. It's coming from the heart. This is real, my brother, bro. You know, shout out to you, yo. I'm not trying to hear any of that. I just want to see the money. To be honest with you, I just want to see the money in the account, and whatever accounts there may be. That's all I want to see. So, just a little heads up. All right, let's get back to Diddy. Diddy, he had claimed that the prosecutors had took it upon themselves to release the footage of he and Cassie in the hallway of the hotel, and the vicious beating that she received on behalf of Diddy. That was he was explaining, he was saying that it was all a way of doctoring the way that the jurors think, the way that they see Diddy, the way that they acknowledge him, the way that they'll look at him. They won't even care about the charges. They'll just see him beating on Cassie. That's the thing that's going on in his head. That's what he's thinking. There's not even going to be a chance for him to be heard. They're gonna be like, He's guilty. Yeah, charge him. Yeah, please, the charge. Let the charges stick. Let the charges stick. Do it. Yeah, because what he did to Cassie was just so horrendous. I mean, that's what he was fighting. That what he was fighting for. But the judge has said, you know what? Prosecution didn't have anything to do with it. They didn't have any problems with it. There was a report that there was a six-figure amount that was given to hotel staff to destroy the footage. At least $100,000 was given to the people at the hotel, at the Intercontinental Hotel. Hotel employees and contractors that said, this is from Hot New Hip Hop. Quote, also in this denial, the judge made it sure to make things clear regarding information and how to share it. There's another quote. The court has already taken steps in this regard, unquote. He begins. And this yet another quote. It is open to tailored applications for relief as this case continues. The court once again reminds the government and its agents that if specific information comes to light showing that they leaked prohibited information, action will be taken. I have 0 people right now, so it's all about rebroadcast land. Not mad. I have to put in work nevertheless. I'm putting in work. So Diddy has not been successful. Has not been successful in his attempts to find bail. He hasn't been able to bail himself out with major figures I've never heard of. Maybe for his charges, but I don't know. You know, people have committed murder. And I think they have again, said, okay, get him, just give him bail. You know, so at least one time in the history of all criminality in the justice system in America, at least one time had to happen. Israel Mendoza, hi, salute. You see my PayPal information down there. Make sure you check out my PayPal information. I'll give you my Cash App if you need that, or my Venmo, whatever works for you. All right, so Diddy is, he's on the ropes. He's definitely on the ropes. I heard allegedly that he is receiving psychiatric care. He's feeling lonely and depressed, allegedly, in his detention situation. It's not pretty. It's not a pretty thing. His life literally went from sugar to S, and 0 to 100 real quick. He went from 0 to S real quick. So, it says here in I think from the reporter, quote, Mr. Combs does not seek to appeal the district court's denial of his renewed motion and hereby moves to voluntarily dismiss the appeal. Mr. Combs hereby states that A, counsel has explained the effect of voluntary dismissal of the appeal. B, he understands counsel's explanation. And C, he desires to withdraw and voluntarily dismiss the appeal. So all of this is coming down on his head like an avalanche. It's coming down on him like it's like a landslide, you know. It's bringing him down. It's a Stevie Nicks song. Why am I drawing a blank here? What are they called? Oh my god. I forget. Oh my god. Let's see. I'm looking it up right now because my memory is S. Where is this from? Fleetwood Mac. God damn, that took me a long time to get there. But I got there. Fleetwood Mac, Stevie Nicks. Hey, this isn't thanks for the understanding. I'm good, Israel Mendoza, but other questions like that, you have to those cost $10. I'll give you the hi, how are you? That's a free bingo space. But the other ones are gonna cost you, okay? They're gonna cost you. So Diddy is definitely has his everything stacked against him, as the cliche goes. This is a part of the article. That is part of the court filing that was sent and back on December 13th. While Diddy is moving away from this plan, he recently tried a different approach. According to Billboard, an order was issued earlier today from the embattled mogul. In it, he was arguing that the physical assault footage against ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura was leaked by prosecutors. He believes it was spread by them to taint the jury pool, thus leading it an unfair trial. He tried to say that, like I was saying, it was going to taint the trial. Pause. This is also from Hot New Hip Hop. However, Judge Aaron Subramanian, the latest of the three to oversee this case, denied this. He's done so by shutting down Diddy's request to see this through in court hearings. Mr. Subramanian argues that he doesn't point to any sound basis for this conclusion. He adds, Combs never considers the possibility that many people beyond victim one and government agents likely had access to the video. So it was more so government agents that didn't. He's saying that there were more people that were privy to this specific footage. That's what I'm understanding from him. And this includes Combs' team, who, like I said, paid $100,000 in cash to destroy the video, and hotel employees and contractors. It's just sorted amount of details. It's just very sad, very convoluted, very Diddy just had it all. He had everything. He had not just the well. This is the thing we have to have a conversation about. We have to talk about materialism and consumerism and things of that nature. These are good things in context. Materialism is things that have matter. Everything that's has matter has potential to be converted spiritually. I'm gonna give you an example. Just take a vehicle, a car. What is it? What are its components? Where did they come from? They came from nature. For the steel frame, that had to come from mountains, rocks, had to be processed and shaped into steel. Rubber tires had to come from trees, the rubber tree plant. The glass had to come from sand. The leather had to come from different animals, different livestock, most likely. The plastic had to come from oil that was formed from fossil fuels. I'm just giving you examples of materialism. It's good. Materialism is a good thing. Spending too much on things is a problem. When you spend over your budget, when you go over your limit. That's consumerism. That's wrong. That's bad consumerism. But materialism and consumerism are not inherently good or bad. They're just what they are. They just exist. So that's what we're gonna have to get to first. So I'm saying that to say this. He had the cars, he had the houses, he had the jewels, he had the furs and the minks and he had the lobster and the quail and the pheasant and all this stuff. He had all that going for him, and then he hit a wall. He hit a wall, and he's recovering from it. He was recovering from a terrible incident, not an accident. Let's say an incident, a quote unquote incident, an alleged incident which occurred. Let's make that aware. Let's take that to the next level. So I would say that he had every way of trying to be an upstanding citizen to the point where he didn't become an upstanding citizen. He didn't process properly the idea of being a rational man. He has issues with anger. He has issues with being overzealous, you know. And what I'm sad about is this is a man of color. This is a man of color in America. Once again, a man of color in America at a high profile level, where all eyes are going to be on him May 5th, 2025, when the trial starts. I mean, there won't be cameras in the room, but we'll get dispatches, during that whole trial period. But as for now, it looks like he'll be spending Christmas in behind bars. He'll have a healthy meal. It'll probably be like meatloaf or maybe a steak. I don't know, a ham, something healthy, something nourishing and almost, dare I say, extravagant. For a person that is locked up in jail on charges of racketeering, sexual assault, and the movement of male sex workers. We have a weird system. I don't know. They have everybody has that idea of people being abused in jail. Not everybody gets abused in jail. There are certain circumstances where that does occur. Some people get turned out in jail. They they become they tie their shirt at their waist and put on a bandana. And they become, Frank becomes Frida, you know what I'm saying? Like, something that happens behind bars. But, it doesn't seem like Diddy's going down that route. It doesn't seem like he's going to have a boy. He could have a boy, but we don't know about it. But that's all alleged. That's all alleged. What's going on now is the fact that he is, he's very, he's still calculating. He's like, okay, I'm not getting out of here by bail. That's the main thing. I pretty much destroyed my chances myself. He did it himself with the PAC, the personal access codes. They monitor everything. I don't understand why he didn't realize that. They monitor every single conversation, everything that goes on in the jail cell. So I don't even think he talked in code. That would have been something that would have been special if he had arranged a certain code to speak, when he was on the phones. That would have probably saved him, at least some of it. But he probably said, like, yo, this is alleged, but it was just like, yo, I gotta get out of here. Y'all need to find a way to get me out of here. So any way you can, like, whatever any way you can means, I'm just saying, this is all alleged. He didn't actually say this. But I'm just saying how did it go down? How did it happen? How did it transpire? That's all I want to know. He wanted to take this case and, have it in his favor, but it doesn't look like it's going to be in his favor for the most part, because the prosecution, already has so much against him. There's so much material. There's so much, evidence that they're trying to find. They're trying to dig up. I haven't noticed any hard evidence. I mean, they said the cute thing, the baby oil and all that, that's cute. The baby oil and all that, the freak offs, all that. But what is the hard evidence? What is the actual evidence, the DNA, the absolute fingerprints on this, and the case of this being over here, and the broken Ciroc bottle, I don't. Where's it coming from? Where's the prosecution going? I'm not sure where they're going, but you should go to a site called lifestrongapparel.com. That's LIFESTRONGAPPAREL. And on there you can find gummies for the doggies, moss treats. You can find raw purple sea moss. You can find a pound of raw wild crafted sea moss, Livestrong sea moss gel, and even snapbacks with the logo of the Life Strong on it. And what's cool is if you go and purchase all these things, you go to the checkout, you put in SKYLER10 Skylar 10. You can get 10% off all your purchases. And it's great gifts for the holidays that are coming up real soon. So you want to get in there really quick before they go. I just saw the website. It had the fitness gear, but they don't have the fitness gear anymore. So it's just hats and sea moss and gel. So make sure you check that out. Make sure you go to lifestrongapparel.com. Okay, so Diddy, wow, whew, Diddy, oh my God, it's just. So what are the machinations? What is going on right now at the Sean John headquarters? All the employees that work there. What is going on at Revolt? What is going on? Does he have anything to do with Revolt? I remember he stepped down. I remember that was a case. He stepped down, and he's no longer part of Revolt, or what happened there? Did he step down from Sean John? Did he step? I mean, he can't. He's incapacitated from running them literally. As a result of being in prison, jailed, I should say, detained, I could say. It's a detention center. What does that entail? What does that entail? What does his businesses entail now that he's in MDC, Metropolitan Detention Center, in Brooklyn, New York, United States of America? Had to say that. They don't pay me to say that, but I like saying it. It's funny. I don't know why it's funny, but it's funny. But it's a total mess. It's a whole S show. It's a S show, without any doubt, no questions about it. It's Othello in a lot of ways. It's another black man in a tragedy. Not as close as OJ. OJ was almost like to the exact meaning of that play that Shakespeare wrote, Othello. Does he kill his wife, or something like that? And can you say? And here's something. Can you say OJ did it? OJ killed Nicole Brown Simpson. I mean, I'm just testing. I'm not saying he did, because I'm not sure if this is true or not. But can you say that? Because he's dead now. Can you say Diddy? Excuse me. OJ killed Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend. I don't know. Because after they're dead, I mean, they're dead. Is there a state? The people that run their estate, is that what? Ron Goldman. I'm terrible with names. So it was Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman that perished. So can you legitimately say, oh yeah, OJ did that? Now that he was in life, he was acquitted on a double murder of 2 white people, including a white woman, a very good-looking white woman that was allegedly a hoe. Can you literally say, oh yeah, OJ did that, and be confident just because he's dead now? I want to know that. That's something that needs to be shared in the comments. Say, no, stupid Sky. It doesn't matter if he's dead or not. He's not guilty. He was found not guilty. He was liable. He lost the civil suit. He had to check off some M's. But that was the reality of that. So that's like Diddy. I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens at the trial. We'll see if Cassandra Ventura, if her life really meant, her she's alive now. I know she's alive still, but I'm saying her life at that point, when with Diddy, with him, going around to the events, to all to the award shows and the different parties and stuff like that. I had a show. I don't want to go back, but I still want to know what J-Lo knows. J-Lo knows something we all would love to know. I want to see her on that stand. I want to see J-Lo on the stand, saying whatever she has to say under oath, say in reality. So that's what is so, trying to me, is because Diddy, he really was a force for, everything that was, business oriented, strong, bullheaded, even, aggressive. You have to be that. You can't just be like, I guess they want to start a company. Maybe somebody be nice to me. I mean, there may be a few people like that. I can't think of many, but I can think of pretty much very cutthroat. Very very ambitious. I'm not trying to say, I don't want to equate cutthroat with ambition, though, because there's a difference. Because ambition is a virtue. Because when you are ambitious, that means you're going for something in life. You're trying to find the best in life. You're trying to find more money. You're trying to find more romance. You're trying to find more opportunities. You're trying to maximize those opportunities. That's good. That's not the same. The other term, what I say, cutthroat. Cutthroat, I use that only in a sense of, light, light, simile. It's like cutthroat. It's like it's as sharp, rough as cutthroat. Because every human endeavor, whether it be modeling, restaurateurs, car salesmen, real estate agents, even 501c3s, they compete in certain ways too. It's like, oh, well, we're curing cancer. We're here to cure kids' cancer. It's for kids' cancer. It's for research. Yeah, you're trying to get money. You're trying to get money so you can cure cancer. So how do you do that? You have to be aggressive. You have to have commercials with little kids that show, oh, I'm being healed by the doctors here, and it's like, okay, great, but behind the scenes, there's a CEO, or there's a president or something. There's a leader of the company that has to look at the figures and figure out how to make more money and more revenue and have more profit. More, I don't know if they do profits, and they have more margins for revenue streams to fulfill their quotas for running their businesses. So that's all I gotta say for that. That's all I gotta say for that. But Diddy, definitely that video really, because it just says this is it, and he had to apologize. I mean, it's like, okay, you lied about that. You said that didn't happen, right? You said it didn't happen. Diddy, you were recorded saying that didn't happen. Then after the video gets lit, I gotta go on Instagram. I'm sorry, I didn't mean for it to happen. I'm paraphrasing, but I'm sorry for it. I mean, it will never happen again. It will never happen this way. I'll never do this. And it's like the racketeering and the sexual assault and the sex workers cases mount up, charges are trumped up or engaged, and he has to look at himself like, damn, why did I even leave that room? Why did I leave the room? I should have just stayed in the room. But she kept going, and I didn't know where she was going. And did I have to grab her like that? Did I have to kick her like that? Did I have to punch her like that? But that's Puffy. That's angry since he was a kid, puffing in and out of his mouth. Puff Daddy, Puffy. He tried to change it to Diddy and P. Diddy and Love and Brother Love and all that goofiness. Like, it's still Free Diddy, but you have to be objective. You have to be objective about his doings, his actions. They're simply, some of them are deplorable. Absolutely deplorable. The Cassandra Ventura video is so deplorable and so disgusting that it will be lodged in the memory of all these people. I don't think it'll be admitted in court. I highly doubt that. I don't think that'll be admitted, for anybody to see. But it'll be in people's memory. It'll definitely be in people's memory. And a lot of things happen like that too. Like with Trump. Trump, he got his charges because of people just wrote him off, said he's not gonna be president again. We might as well just give him, his charge, find him guilty on all counts. So that made him a convicted felon, which doesn't mean anything as a president, because presidents can't be prosecuted during their tenure. He doesn't have another tenure after this. The president-elect, Trump, doesn't have another 4 years after this. And like I said before, this is the Diddy's lawyer is the husband of Luigi Mangione's lawyer. Luigi, they're their husband and wife, so that relates, together. And I think like the Trump case, these are all super high profile cases. These are so high profile, all of them. So we have to look at that. Diddy is he's an icon. He was, in his business dealings, he was a matador. He was somebody that challenged the system, was an inspiration, looked at as the American dream. Now I've said this before, he's the American nightmare. No matter what. Brent, what up? My PayPal's what up? PayPal.me/SkySaunders. That's what's up, Brent. The reality of all this is that there's something that is, so sick and twisted about all of it. Something's very sick and twisted about Diddy's whole case. I think on both sides. I think the prosecution sniffs out. They're like, we can get him on this. We can get him on that. We can stick it to the jury. We can tell them that they did this. And of course, the Cassie video, I don't know if they're even able to mention it. I don't even know if I'm sure it won't be admitted in court, as evidence, because it's not related to anything, and it was settled in 2023, last year, and for $30 million to be exact. And I think, Cassie can't even be admitted as a witness. I think, I'm not sure. I would imagine she can't be though. There's contention between of course the prosecution and the defense. Of course, there's a contention between those two factions, so we have to pay attention to that. There's a great amount of animosity, I think, that has been built up against Diddy, and for good reason in some certain circumstances. For good reason. He's made himself into, sugar turned to S real quick. And that's the sad reality that he has to face. He has to continue looking at his face in the metal mirror, so you can't cut it and slice your wrists on a glass. They probably figured that. They probably had glass mirrors before. They probably used them as, cut the glass and, broke the glass and used the shards as shanks and to harm other inmates or harm themselves. So Diddy is, in a way, just I don't know if he, in his mind state, his mental framework, what he is considering. What is he consider? Is he considering, saying, I, I gotta get out of this. I gotta get out of here. I can't live this life anymore. This is all alleged. I don't know what is going through his head, but I'm just saying, allegedly, he could be feeling suicidal. As I said before, he's getting psychiatric care almost daily basis. And like I said, the United States prison system is totally different from the places around the world. I mean, the prison system in the United States are tough, but they're not rough. They're not rough and tough. Venezuelan jails or Russian jails and um, I think North Korean jails and stuff like that, and prisons. They're no joke. They're not to be messed with. They're not to be fooled around with at all. They're not to be played with. But American prisons have, licensed social workers and PhD, psychiatrists and MD psychiatrists. I should say, I think if you're a psychiatrist, you have to have an MD, but psychologists, PhD, you know, um, it's like something awful could happen. If you look at the movie American History X, American History X is one of the greatest films of all time. Starring Edward Norton, and he is buck broken. I'm not going to give into the details because it's pretty graphic, but he is turned from a skinhead to somebody that looks at life a whole different way after he is buck broken in that film, and he enlists the help of I don't know if he was some kind of counselor or some kind of he was a medical professional, I think he was, or a psychiatric professional, something like that. Let me see. I'm gonna look it up here. Avery Brooks's character. I'm gonna look it up. Let's see. His high school teacher, but he was in the prison. Hold on. This is wild. Hold on. I'm looking it up now. He's visited by Sweden, his high school teacher. Okay. He wants to rebuke him for wanting to avoid dealing with the consequences of his actions, revealing his own racist past, and warning that Danny has joined the DOC to follow in Derek's footsteps. Okay, so I thought he was a part of the staff, but either way, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so. All right, so I suggest you go see that movie. I have 0 viewers again. I was up to 1,000, something like 1.2 thousand viewers. Now it's back to 1. Okay, it goes to 1. 7 likes though. I'm not mad at the 7 likes. Diddy, I don't see him, being taken away as a absolute criminal. I don't see it. I think he has the opportunity. He has the opportunity to beat these charges. He has the opportunity to do that. He has every opportunity to do it because he has firepower. These are high-powered lawyers. They're probably costing him probably like $2,500 a day, probably something like that. I'm just imagining. They're probably gonna get a payout. Even if he loses, they're probably gonna get a payout. I don't know how that works. They say, you know, for injury firms and stuff like that, you don't pay unless you win or something like that. Okay, is that the same thing for criminal courts? You know, you still have to pay. I think you still do have to pay for criminal. Criminal, I think you still have to pay. That is the reality of that. So if Diddy, you know, puts up the money for his lawyers, if they're money hungry, that'll eat the case, as my main man, Mr. Sean Corey Carter, has once said. Got a money hungry lawyer that'll eat your case, eat the case. He's got a few. He's got Angelo, and a few others, you know, backing him. You know, that's what's, you know, pretty beautiful about his ability to be one of the leading causes of you know, lawyer endowment. They are fully endowed with the money, and that's what it's all about. This whole thing is about money. Let's not get it confused. It's all about money. It's always been about money. Always will be about money. He can put up $51 million. He can put if he had the money, he would put up $1 billion for his bail. He's not a billionaire, and he would have to have at least probably 10 billion or 20 billion to put up $1 billion. Because it's all assets, really. Like I said, he had to put up the house. The house was like 48 million or something like that, and they had to put up some change. Or the house was like 61 million, and they deducted enough money to say it was $50 million. But that's the reality of it. He has so many things stacked against him. Everything is stacked against him, really. Everything. But he pled not guilty and was denied bail 3 times. Pled not guilty. That's some cojones. That's some serious cojones. You know who else has serious cojones? My main man, Beha Jackson. He's talking about near beer or non-alcoholic beer. He's talking about fried chicken, and he's got sardines on the grill. And look at this. He's talking about female strippers. So if you like any or all of these things, hit up Beha Jackson on his account. It's 129 subscribers right now. I want to make sure he gets to 200 subscribers by the end of the month. So let's go to BEEJACKSON 5478 on YouTube. Go to Beha Jackson on YouTube. That's BAHAJACKSON. Beha Jackson. The original Doughboy from 1991 motion picture Boys in the Hood. He was the younger version of Ice Cube's character. So check out his stuff. All right, Diddy is in hot water, and it's still simmering. It's still hot. It's not cooling down for anything or anyone. He's definitely catching hell. He's catching wreck, as they used to say in the mid '90s. He's catching wreck. That means you're getting in a fight. He's fighting. He's fighting. He's fighting. Oh, excuse me. To gain respect. He's trying to gain respect. That's not. So he has to gain respect by It has different meanings. That's it. Looks like reckless behavior. He has to catch wreck and by maintaining his respect, maintaining his respect in the world, maintaining his respect as a human being. That's all he has left is his humanity. That's all he has left in a way, is being a human. That's the reality of it. That's the truth. That's the truth of it all. And he doesn't have to be a he doesn't have to be a pariah. Because what they want to do, and what are the idea of him, doing some time? There's always going to be some way the defense is going to say, well, you might have to do a few years, but you're not going to do life in prison. You're not going to get out, in a coffin, and buried in a jail prison, in a prison cemetery or something like that. You're going to be able to go and see yourself as someone that is of upstanding character, someone who is a pillar of the community. They stripped you of your key to the city. They stripped you of your honorary doctorate. You are not looked at the same. Your numbers have plummeted on streaming services if they have not restricted the access to your work already. That is the question that we have to find out. That's the question we have to answer. Once we find the answer to that specific question, that will be a good thing. It's very powerful, I think, to consider the Diddy case. It just has so many elements of stardom and money and class and race and all these different elements all pulled together into one cohesive whole. Pause. No. Different word anyway. They all are tied together. All this is bound up. I said it at the very beginning when my story went almost viral. It was my version of going viral. I had 9,000 views on one video. I said this is the 21st century, the trial of the 21st century, the trial of the 21st century, the trial of the century. This is going to be the trial of the century, and now we got the Luigi case. So that's gonna be like trial number 2. I'm gonna say Mangione case. I don't want to give him too much credit. Just like I'm not giving Diddy too much credit. I should start saying Mr. Combs. But free Diddy and free Luigi, because they're both innocent. Diddy's innocent. You have to acknowledge that. That's the society we live in. There is no God, but thank God. Just imagine that. Just imagine that reality. If they're like it was in Japan. Japan has one of the highest conviction ratings in the entire world. It's 98% more or more. 98% chance of you being convicted of a crime. They don't play. They don't play around. They don't play around. So that's one thing we have to look at. We have to look at all those different parameters and different guidelines regarding Diddy, especially. Because in America, he's treated, with respect and honor, and he's a boss. So he's ordering the other inmates around, probably, promising, record deals and money once they get out, and probably putting money on their books, so they can get ramen and cookies and use, the hot water, have privilege to use the hot water machines and stuff like that. It's a very precarious situation, if I have to say so. Because Diddy didn't have to do any of this. He wanted to, allegedly. But you know who did want to do something and not alleged is Dot Focus. Dot Focus, DOTFOCUS underscore, 1 on YouTube has 93 subscribers. I want to get him to 150 subscribers by the end of the month. So you can do that by subscribing to his channel. He has great footage of him on COD or Call of Duty, and he's got rifles and he's got other weapons. He's got a sniper rifle, and he's doing a great job. You know, with the virtual world, he's not looking to shoot up a school or a synagogue or a church or a mosque or a theater or a gay nightclub or a concert, you know, anything like that. Nothing like that. So it's all virtual world. I support, have fun, you know, shoot up everything, bang bang, in the virtual world. So you know, it's like I've killed at least 10,000 people on the virtual world. I've killed 0 people, murdered 0 people. I haven't killed anyone in battle either. I'm a Marine, so I would have killed somebody, but I wouldn't have murdered somebody. There's a big difference. Big difference. And, you know, Christians are cute. They love to tap dance and tiptoe around that, you know. I guess, you know, all the faiths are cute, too. You know, you shouldn't kill a man. You shouldn't... it's murder. It's murder. That's the problem is. It's about murder. That's the issue. Not killing. Murder. But I think that there is a disconnect with you know, society. Always, I remember when Columbine hit, it was like, oh, it was because of the movies they watched, it's because of the TV shows they viewed, it's because of the video games they played. No, it wasn't. It was because they were deranged. And it's not because they were just bullied. It was because they were deranged. People have been bullied, and they become great human beings. They become politicians and executives and things of that nature. I'm sure Bill Gates was bullied. You're not going to tell me that Bill Gates was bullied. I'm sure Steve Jobs might have even been bullied. Late great Steve Jobs. I'm sure, you know, most of Silicon Valley was bullied. I mean, you can say that Mark Zuckerberg was bullied by the Winklevi. So, it's weird. It's a weird situation. Very strange how things work and like that. But I've strayed away. Go to .focus, DOTFOCUS _ on YouTube and enjoy the commentary and the gameplay. All right. Diddy has a long road ahead of him. Long road ahead of him. And I'm still trying to figure out why he didn't go with Russ. Russ saw all this coming. He was like, nope, not today. Y'all ain't gonna get me on nothing today. This is gonna be a problem. He said that they're gonna come down on my head with the full force. It's not gonna be pretty. It's gonna be a problem. So I think that with Diddy's position, with his abilities, he can orchestrate a way to get out of this. I just see he can't. It's not impossible. It's improbable. It's highly improbable, but it's not impossible. He has every bit of, you know, money. Let's not get it twisted, but he has the money to fight this case. He had more money than O.J. Simpson had, I'm sure. Sure. O.J. Simpson probably had what? I'm spitballing. I don't know how much he had, but he may have had $20 to $50 million, maybe. Diddy has like $400 to $800 million, and he's already using it as a war chest to pay off his lawyers, because they're gonna be exorbitant fees. They're gonna be exorbitant. They're gonna be high fees. They're gonna be nosebleed section high bleeds. So that's the power of him saying that he is supposed to be he's supposed to be a model citizen, somebody that is supposed to be showing that he stood up for what he believed in, and all the other cliches. This is a far cry from 1999. 1999 was close. 1999 could have been his last days of freedom, for at least a decade, like Shine. Moses Barrow. Let's say his name. Say his name. Say his name. Moses Barrow. He said Diddy ruined his life, and it's like you just see the trail of either corpses or just completely lunacy, or the both. You can start off with Biggie, corpse. Then you got Craig Mack, lunacy, corpse, but not at Diddy's hand, or nothing alleged that Diddy had part of his death, or jail. G Dep did G Dep is still alive, but Black Rob passed away. He was a good guy, but I think he went to jail too. Let me see. Let me make sure. Legal issues. Okay, so he was on a charge of grand larceny. He was sentenced to over 7 years in prison in 2006. That's Black Rob. G Dep went to prison. He admitted to his murder that he committed during the 90s. So if there's any problem with the problem with Diddy is that he just failed financial things, like the band, Day 26. What's her name? What's the name? Aubrey Day is in it. I can't remember the name. Aubrey Day. Danny Kane. One of the only people to back him was Dirty Money. I'm trying to remember. Diddy Dirty Money. What's her name? Her name is Kalina Harper. Kalina Harper is one of the only prominent figures, only celebrities to back Diddy, during her time. I don't know reason why. I don't know if she, might have gave some favors. It's all alleged. I don't know. But she was in his corner, no matter what. So that was interesting to me. See him and see her in Diddy's corner. But I'd like to thank everybody that came through. This is one of my high scoring videos, but I had to put in the work. almost every day. I'll take a day off, but I gotta come in and put in the work no matter what. I'm gonna try to get past the 10,000 mark one day and go into the millions, and then the billions, and then the trillions. I have it. I have it in me. I have it in my spirit, my mind. I was gonna say my spirit, but people say, "Oh, that's no." Spirit isn't mystical. It can be anything of your mind, anything of the thought, anything of the soul, anything that's real of consciousness. So, salute to all of you. I appreciate you, and I will see you sometime tomorrow. Take care.